Yo, what's up everybody? It's been like 6 days since like the last video, so let's just get into it. Um any feedback? Oh, one quick thing. Any feedback that people wish to add below or any what if ideas, just comment down below. Simple like that. Anyway, let's go on with this video. Basically in the last part, we basically just went through basically the basic setup of this whole sort of thing, which can technically be counted as part zero. Anyway, we basically just got done talking about how the whole UAH exam went. Basically, what happened was that he got admiration from All Might. He actually got his powers from Zeus, aka the gods. The gods decided, not all the gods decided not to put the power into Deku because that'd be kind of doing too much. And plus, Zeus' power in itself, even give him a little bit, probably would have just given him too much. Would have probably blown the dang arms off and killed him instantly, which would be not so good. Um, this is an off day. I'm not really going to school today, so expect some more vids. Sorry for the hiatus, but nonetheless, of that, we're basically in the part where let's get into it. Anyway, so basically, a week basically borderline passes, and Deku ends up getting his in the basically his invitation to join UA. Um, he basically ends up getting it. Most of basically having a canon, like him getting it, his mom bringing it in saying, "Oh, your UA invitation has come." He sees that it's a hologram and falls out of the thing. It says you did very good. I'm pretty sure I don't know if I made him get the number one spot or the club. Also, he got like, cause fucking number one spot. Jesus Christ. I just say he got the number one spot for plot reasons. Um, basically got the number one spot. The hologram basically was talking about how good he is and how he basically did like the hero point system and basic stuff like that. Now we can basically skip to like next day, something like that. And he basically goes to UA. And basically, when he walks up, he basically gets there. Basically gets on like the train or whatever, and basically walks inside the school. And he basically gets there. Mm, anyway, so he basically gets up to the door and says, the door is kind of overcompensating for something. Do we have giants here or something? And basically, and then after saying that, he would continue and basically walk into the actual classroom in 1A. Um, how long is this video gonna be? It kind of depends on how I feel. It might be long, but it also might be short. I may end it at the not the hero training arc, hero versus villains. Just because my brain doesn't work that good when I'm unfocused on things. Anyway, so he basically gets in class. The whole entire conversation. I don't think the conversation with Ito really like changed that much. Maybe like a few dialogue parts, like Ida basically saying like, "Oh, how did you figure out about the whole entire voices?" Yes, was a point system, but I kind of just did it because like that was what Hero would do. He's like, "Yeah, that's kind of cool." Not gonna lie, they basically yeah, that happens. Um, poop. What was I going to say? Yeah, that basically happens. Bakugo still has. I think the only series that I just don't have Bakugo being like hated on or hated by somebody is like the Saiyan series because they're like cool with each other or whatever. But that's whatever. Um, eventually Urarako will come in class and she would like blush a little bit, saying like, "Oh, thank you for saving me, and I like appreciate what you did." Like on folks, then like obviously I'm just playing. But anyway, um, then time will end up passing while they're talking about like basically just each other's. As they were getting into question about chicken tricks, Aizawa would just like stand up from his little sleeping bag or whatever, looking like a damn worm. You know, Ito would do the exact same thing he did in canon. He was like, "Oh, bums can't be here," which was kind of crazy. He's like, "Oh, Chappelle, okay, get the uniforms on and meet me outside. We're doing a quick test, like the quick exam, something like that. Well, I forgot what it's called." And it was like, "Oh, we're not going to the orientation." It was like, "No, we don't need orientation. This is a hero school. We ain't got time for that, bro." So you know, they all do their thing, bro. Like everybody ends up getting changed, and then like I'd say, God, I'm terrible with names. I haven't made a word in a while, bro. Uh, basically, Deku basically like takes off his shirt, no homo, and basically is like, and then everybody was like I'd say he isn't like buff, but like he's like, okay, so like original, okay, like canon Deku that was like this. He was basically like, dude was just lean. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't really tell from his clothes, but like I said, he's like, like, goddamn, he's like medium built. Like he's not like that, but he's like he alright. You know what I'm saying? Basically everybody gets their clothes on. They mention like stuff about Deku. Like, man, what the hell do you do? He says, to be honest, a lot of weight training. I've just been working on my muscles to make sure that I can hold my quirk. I can't just count on my quirk all the time. If I did that, I'd be kind of a terrible hero, not gonna lie. And it was like, man, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. And everybody, as I basically continues on, they basically go outside and basically get ready to do the quirk test. Um, I feel like I'm going through this a bit too fast, but it's like I don't. I'm just getting through this. It's not. This video is more or less to fill up my dang brain with information that before I start going into deep vids, because I'm planning on making two what ifs today, which are gonna be weird. The the moderate what if and the pain what if. The pain what if is probably gonna be way more relaxed than the moderate what if, because the moderate what if, the pain what if is mostly not story focused ish. It's more of just for fun and less of a depressing mood of it. But the moderate what if is something else. And I technically do have to. And after this, I'm gonna post another one of the what's the one call it again? The same series. I gotta like watch some end parts of that video so I know what I'm doing. But because I ain't trying to be like, what happened in the last part? Same thing on this video. I didn't basically. I was have to refresh it a little bit. Anyway, back to the ball throw. Basically they get ready to do the ball throw since Deku basically got first because OP as hell. Not really, but he got a God's power. And he says, "Here's the ball." He says, "So how did you throw it?" He says, "Yes, throw without your quirk with your quirk." He says, "Okay." So Deku basically says, like, even without my quirk, it's kind of always on. So so he basically like he throws and gets like an easy like. Give me a second. Anyway, he basically gets like an easy 800 meters or so, and yeah, he basically gets an easy 800 meters, and then like, are you sure you didn't use your quirk? He's like, yeah, I didn't use my quirk at all. And then he says, okay, now use your quirk. And he basically like throws the dang ball and just goes into goddamn the stratosphere and just like and does his thing. Um, yeah, that happens most of the time. Now I'll explain the other tests like the jump. Basically, he just either gets first place or I'm not gonna make him so OP where he beats out Infinity, but like as far as everything else, he's top class. I mean, you can't really beat out Infinity. I'm not trying to make him OOP like I did with other series, but you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. Anyway, besides that, we basically, I'd say, I'm pretty sure the whole entire hero, hero versus villains thing happened like a week or so later, I think, something like that. Anyway, basically getting to the part where who is he talking about? The damn hero versus villains, where all my basically comes to cast like talking like, oh, I'm coming here like a normal person, doing the rest of doing all that stupid stuff. And the others like, oh my god, basically doing like basically that whatever. It says here with villains. I'll say the same team matchups because I don't have enough brain cells to think about anything else. Because I'm trying to get this done so I can think and know which next what if I'm gonna do. Possibly the same what if, but that's like the only other one I got in the bag besides the Naruto one, which I feel like the Naruto one I will wait until it hits like 30 views before I make the second part, but that kind of depends. Maybe that'll be like my minimum. I'll wait until something hits like 30 views. Yeah, I'll wait until it hits like 30 views before I make the next part of it. So that's the reason why the same series is probably the next one because it's like my best friend series comparing to the first part or whatever. Anyway, so basically the whole entire team setup is basically as it is in canon. They pretty much when basically Bakugo does this whole entire thing, he's basically launching that door rocket saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna take out the weaker one." And it's like Deku basically pushes her out of the way, and he basically takes the hit for her with the like the explosion. And then Deku basically sees that Bakugo like launch like a pretty large explosion. He's like, "Dude, are you trying to kill her, bro? Damn, calm down with that." He says, "Not fight." He says, "Uruka, go ahead and go up. Just give me a call on the walkie-talkie when you're basically ready for me to come back up there." And she's like, "All right, bet." He just runs off. He's like, Bakugo tries to chase after her, but like Deku basically goes in front of him. He's like, "Nah, bro, you good?" And he's basically like, "All right, let's do this, my nigga." Like, you know, saying stuff like that. And they basically just start brawling out like. Bakugo's basically like going for like a spin kick, basically like a mini Hauser and like you say, like launches up in the air and then basically getting D in the dang head to knock him out. And it's just like Deku basically like blocks it with like his basically his forearm, basically his forearm, and basically punches him in the face. And basically just started throwing blows for blows and blows, and eventually like not even Deku's getting tired, but Bakugo's basically saying like, huh, basically getting tired of it, and then basically Deku basically he basically lifts up one of his gauntlets and basically pulls the pin on it and basically shoots the one. Just was almost like nigga, like he didn't say nigga, but fucking guy. Anyway, he was just like, bro, what are you doing? You stupid. Like, what is wrong with you, my boy? He's like, I gotta do what I gotta do to win. You know, stuff like that. Basically, he basically was like, he said he built up all that sweat. Basically, Bucko is just like dry right now. And Deku basically says, and he basically Deku's just there with like no shirt on. So he's just like, he basically just chops dude on her neck. And then basically he says, as he does that, he says, wow, it's kind of tough, bro. And basically he gets like a ding on like his Rocky Talk AK, like a notification pretty much. And he's like, I see what a bomb is, but like, you just like, I need your help with this. He's like, all right, bet. And he basically says, can you do me a favor and make some friction on the wall? She says, okay. She basically like rubs her, like basically like she basically takes off her. God, that's gonna be so funny. Weird. Takes off her shoe, and she basically makes some friction on the wall. It makes like some sort of friction for him to figure out where exactly she is. And she basically puts her shoe back on. She says, all right, so what is it? And he basically just there right next to her. She said, all right, I'm right here. What are we going to do? She's like, oh. He said, don't jump on me like that. She just got like frightened or whatever. Um, basically she says, like, you just right there and like take him down. And he's like, I bet my nigga. Um, and he like says, can you be a distraction while I'll be a distraction while you touch the bomb. And she says, all right, bet. Basically, he walks in and he basically just goes through the front door. He says, okay, I am here. Let's fight. He basically ended up fighting. He basically launches that Deku. He basically just goes into a wall, and then while they're basically fighting each other, Rocket basically goes like on the side of the wall while they're fighting because he was basically just distracted. And then eventually, as time goes on, they're going blow for blow. Like Deku's main goal wasn't even to like beat him up. It was mainly to like distract him and like fight him. So he's like off guard. Then basically, as they're like getting ready to do a last punch, uh other stuff going out. It says hero team wins. And then he's like, wait, what? And like he says, and he basically looks over at the bomb and he says, oh, and basically after that whole entire situation happens, most of the other fights basically happen as they do in canon. They basically make it back in the room and Momo, and they basically go how they did in canon. We just talking about like the imperfections and what they could have did better. And like Deku and Momo basically says like, well, I don't see any flaws with the hero side of things, but mainly the he's like he could Deku all if I have that he could have incorporated her better into like the plan. And then with Ida, but that's more a nitpick than anything. With Ida, but they could have just worked together and actually, and they might have just won it with that. And they're just like, oh, that's crazy. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. And that's the end of this video. Sorry for making another 14-minute video. It's kind of like my old ones, but I didn't have much to talk about. And I kind of want to do other videos that are more story heavy. And like this one is more of a just breeze through and just do, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not gonna be as like posted as the other ones, but that's all I'm gonna say. Probably gonna bring telekinesis back in the future, but besides that, leave your feedback down below, like, subscribe, and comment. Peace out. I'm out of here.